Hey everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train, and today I'm going to show you what I did with all of my Thanksgiving leftovers. So Thanksgiving happened for us last week, which was both amazing and delicious. I made both a ham and a turkey for us, which means we had a lot of leftovers. So I was trying to figure out ways that I could use up all this turkey and ham. That way I didn't have to either stick it in the freezer or waste it. And I know sometimes it can be tiring to eat all the leftovers like day after day after day, which is why for the first couple days we did eat like just plain ham and the sweet potato casserole, like the traditional Thanksgiving dinner. But then I knew I had to branch out and start thinking of different things. That way we wouldn't get too bored. So I was able to take the recipes that I was already making and kind of modify them to include both the turkey and the ham, and I'm happy to say that we pretty much used up all those leftovers. So today I'm just giving you a few ideas and the different ways that I used my leftover turkey and ham to create both breakfast, lunches, and dinners. This is not an all-inclusive list, but keep this handy just in case you are making another turkey or a ham for Christmas time. This will give you plenty of ideas. And start buying your hams now, because now is the time that ham starts to go on sale for, or at least in my area, about 99 cents a pound, which is a pretty good deal. So stock up while you can. They freeze well. So let me take you to my kitchen and show you all the different recipes that I made. Let's start with some breakfast. I don't know about you guys, but I could pretty much add anything to my eggs in the mornings. I add things like spinach, bell peppers, broccoli, any other kind of vegetable. I also, this morning, included ham. This is maybe a half cup of ham, so I just took 2 eggs and scrambled it real quick, put it in the pan, and I scrambled it for just a minute or two. Then I added the ham to it just to kind of finish it off. This is a super high protein breakfast. Gosh, that kept me full for quite a long time. Along with it, I served it with a leftover slice of my banana bread baked oatmeal. So that made for a super huge breakfast. So scrambled eggs and ham, definitely a go-to with my leftover meat. Next up, I made some breakfast bowls for John using more of the ham. I had a whole lot more ham than turkey. So I chopped up maybe 2-ish cups of ham. I cubed them up. Then I poured the rest of my bag of frozen shredded hash browns into a pot just to cook it a little bit. Added a little bit of onion powder. So while that was cooking, I finished up with the ham and added 8 eggs to a bowl, scrambled it up with a little bit of milk. I like these breakfast bowls because you can just add so much stuff to it. I had the eggs, I had the ham, I had the potatoes. I'm also adding some spinach to it as well for some vegetables. I put the hash browns in a separate bowl after they were done, just to let them sit for a minute. After scrambling up the eggs, I added them to the pot and had to let that cook for a few minutes. You can chop up the spinach if you want to, but I just found it was easier just throw it in by the handfuls. It took a little bit longer to scramble up the eggs than usual, probably because there were 8 of them in there, but this makes 6 bowls, and they were really good sized bowls. After adding the ham, I cooked it for maybe another minute or two, just until the eggs were set. Then I added the hash browns back into it, gave it a really good stir, and I divided them into 6 different containers. I also added shredded cheddar on it, but you could add shredded mozzarella, you could leave off the cheese, you could probably even add like guacamole or something, or avocado to it afterward. I think that'd be really good too. But yeah, these made a really good breakfast for John. And because the ham is already really salty, I didn't add any salt to it. You could add other seasonings, pepper, garlic powder, whatever seasonings are your favorite. But these were super good. This next one is a classic turkey sandwich. I saw somebody on Instagram talk about a turkey and brie sandwich, and I'm like, I have leftover turkey, I have leftover brie for my charcuterie board, and I have one more dinner roll left. So I spread some brie on top of the one half of the roll. I heated up the turkey so that when I put the sandwich together, the brie kind of melted and it was so ooey gooey. Holy cow. I need to do it again. It was so good. Another staple in our house for leftover Thanksgiving meat is salads. So I used ham again for this one. About a half cup maybe. I just added lettuce, tomatoes, and then the ham, some shredded mozzarella to it as well. If you have any other leftover vegetables, feel free to add that too, but this is all I had. I also served it with my favorite Bolthouse Farms salad dressing. This one was like the honey barbecue, I think it was. Never tried it before until like this past week, and it's so good. I also had some leftover bread and butter pickles, so I had that with the salad dressing and another leftover dinner roll. Now this next one, oh gosh, is one of my favorites. This is buffalo chicken dip, but I'm using turkey instead of the chicken. So it's a super simple sauce, high protein sauce really. Instead of cream cheese, you add Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, and then the buffalo sauce, as well as a whole bunch of different seasonings to make like a ranch flavor. I put it in my little Ninja bullet here and pulsed it for a couple minutes until it made like a really creamy sauce. I love this recipe because it's so much healthier than like the standard buffalo chicken dip. I've got the recipe linked to this in the description, so please give this blogger some love because I make this like a couple times a month. So I used up a whole bunch of turkey. I think this was about 3 cups worth. I'm making it serve 4, so I poured all the sauce into it. It looks like a ton of sauce, and it might be, but for me, like the more sauce, the better. So this was totally perfect. And the beauty of this recipe right here is that since the turkey was already cooked, all I had to do was heat it up for maybe like 10 minutes or so, and it was done. I also made some rice ahead of time. So there's rice in the rice cooker, and there is some cauliflower roasting in the oven. So I turned this into a bowl form with some lettuce and tomatoes and the rice and the cauliflower, but you could use it, gosh, like as a sandwich. You could use it as a dip with tortilla chips, but either way, like I highly recommend you make this. If not with turkey, then definitely with the chicken. I could eat this all day, every day, especially with some extra buffalo sauce. This next one is ham yet again. This could actually be used for a breakfast or a dinner recipe. I took my spinach mozzarella egg bake recipe and just added ham to it. So I have all the eggs in the bowl as well as spinach and then ham. I think I added about 2 cups of ham and then shredded mozzarella, some onion powder. All you do is mix that all together and put it in a 9x13 casserole dish, and you bake it at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes. Super high protein, and it's lower in carbs. So as you can see, I've got some sweet potatoes over there that are cubed and waiting to go in the oven along with it. But it's also very high in protein due to the eggs and the ham, and partially due to the cheese as well. But we like to serve this always with sweet potatoes. It just seems like a really good side item. So sweet potatoes, we'll also serve it with some fruit like grapes. I also make this serve 4 because I believe it's only 350 or 380 calories per slice if you serve it 4. So it's a really good sized piece. And then I like to, of course, serve mine with some hot sauce on top. Even sriracha sauce on this, seriously, is super good. Like I said, this is not an all-inclusive list. This is just a small list of the things that I made in between Thanksgiving and now. So I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I was able to do a lot with what I had. So hopefully this gave you a few more ideas. If you have any favorite ways to use up your leftovers, please leave me a comment and let me know, because I'm going to be making another ham probably for Christmas, and I will definitely need all of the ideas. So please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and ring ring that bell down there so you can be notified when all my other videos come out, like my grocery hauls, recipes, and meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.